Diana's first attempt to swim from Cuba to Florida in 1978 was not meant to be. A year later, Diana set her sights on a different goal and became the first person in history to conquer the 60-mile swim from the Bahamas to Juno Beach, Florida. Despite her outward success, her passion for the sport had dimmed, and at 30, she felt it was time to move on. Eager to abandon what she calls the loneliest sport in the world, Diana retired. At 30,
yeah,
you were done.
I'm done, burnt out, enough already. I'm sorry I didn't make Cuba. It ate at me a little bit. It was a treasure of a dream, but you know, you can only take so much after a while, and I was, you know, starting to work in the big world of Olympic coverage, you know, in sports and living a different dream. And so I wouldn't have, during those 30 years, if you and I had been hanging out eating dinner, I wouldn't have said to you, Oprah, it eats at my soul, that Cuba swim. It represented the metaphor of who I am. I can't let it go. I can't live without it. It wasn't like that, but it was more this little whisper. It was this little whisperer that, gosh, it would have been magic to do that thing.
Yeah, a little whisper. Was it? And then did the whisper turn into a little nagging thing?
Well, it was more turning 60 that prompted the nagging thing. My mom had just died, and she was 82, and I miss her.
It took many decades for Diana to forge a close relationship with her mother. In 2007, Lucy Nyad passed away after a long battle with Alzheimer's disease. Diana called the last years of her mother's life their most tender times. She says her mother's death sparked something inside of her, and she began grappling with the big questions, asking herself, am I everything I want to be?
So I started thinking, my mom died at 82. Does that mean really I have 22 years left, and maybe those last 2 or 3 or 4 aren't going to be too vital? I don't know. But the clock is like choking me now. And it wasn't so much what did I want to do, it was who I want to be.
Whoa.
That's what it was. It's like that. I really don't have it in front of me, but there's a Henry David Thoreau quote that really grips me hard, and it says, when you achieve your goals in life, it's not what that gets you, but it's who I am.
Right, right.
It's who I am, and I needed, at 60, I needed to say, forget about the ledger. Are you in the halls of fame? Did you make some kind of money? I don't care about that anymore. As you know, those things just, as you get older, who cares?
That's right.
Am I living the life that I can admire? Am I going to leave this earth maybe as you do, leaving it a place where it's a little more just than it was, and human rights have been fulfilled more than they have? Those are my values. And never giving up and finding a way through your obstacles and finding your grit and your will, those are what I value. And at 60, it wasn't about swimming. And this swim for me has never been about swimming. And I don't think to anybody out there it's about swimming. It's about those values. And you know what? I am that person, swimming or not. And I proved it to myself, and that's why I did this swim.